Okay, hi guys. I just wanted to stop, check in, give kind of a brief update of where we are and what's going on in the class. And so this is just a touch point video with you guys to first and foremost remember what I look like and to just keep you on track with what's going on. So far, across all three sections, you guys are doing a really great job of staying on top of the material. Thank you for being amenable to the changes that are in the system, of course, with the shutdown that happened this past weekend. I know that puts us on doubling up for this upcoming weekend as far as materials are concerned. But again, you shouldn't be penalized for what's taking place for the system. So with that in mind, I just want to keep everybody on track. I'm going to follow up with another video that showcases exactly what's going on for the video research project. But this is just a touch point. I just want to say hi, check in, say you guys are doing great, and remind you where we are, right? Because we are coming up quickly. We have one more week of material, right? We will be moving into, by next week, we're closing out this week, chapter 6. And of course, chapter 5, because that is when material is due. Maybe you've already went ahead and worked ahead. Fantastic. But again, chapter 7, we've got coming up for next week. And then chapter 8, and we are going to have the second exam due before spring break. So that way you can completely relax and enjoy for spring break. Again, it will be the same situation with the Respondus lockdown browser. If you had any trouble with that the first time around, hopefully you know how to troubleshoot and you know what's going on so that you can better prepare for the next exam. If you have already downloaded it, it worked for you perfectly great, wonderful. When I open up the next exam on either the late night of Wednesday or Thursday mornings, so for those that need to get ahead for the weekend, you can just hit the ground running and go ahead and complete that. But again, our next exam is going to be Sunday, March 9th, the Sunday before spring break. So let's make sure that we're preparing for that. Additionally, if you weren't super stoked about your first exam grade, that is okay. Maybe, we just have to sort of reassess where we are because I get it. These online classes, they're intense. There's a lot of material here. And the reason for that, again, just to reiterate this, is because of the fact that as a 1000 level core course, one that you can choose from underneath the sciences as you're moving towards your degree, I put a lot of points into this course so that exactly for that reason, if you weren't super happy with that first exam grade, or you maybe miss a few assignments here or there is a lot of points to make sure that it kind of balances out and hopefully you can recoup that grade if you are unsatisfied with it. So again, I know it seems like a lot, but I promise it's to your benefit, just in case. Hopefully by now, again, you've figured out the rhythm that works best for you in order to be able to complete this work. But if it's not working, my suggestion again, go back into the module section. And remember, I have resources here for the many semesters I have taught this course of what I have heard from students in the closeout of surveys and things that they respond back to of, again, how they wish they would have prepared better for this class. So take their errors, if you will, or take their feedback. This is student feedback. This is not mine. I've just put together this schedule as a suggestion based on what students have told me from the past. So this is, yes, it seems intensive, but if you are able to keep in alignment with this, and again, maybe if the prior way you were studying for this didn't work, right? Maybe this is something to follow for the next exam that's coming up. We can always adjust, right? Again, biggest thing that I have to reiterate, you have to read the chapters. If you know deep down that you did not actually take the time, you just sort of skimmed and scanned, read a few things, used the smart books. Okay, I did pretty well on the most things. And that's what you studied with. Maybe some of you were unpleasantly surprised at the information that was requested. So again, I have to reiterate, it is required of you to read those chapters. They're not very long, they're 10 pages or so. So just take the time, break it down. Over 3 days of the week, you can complete a chapter, no problem. My suggestion would be take 20 minutes a day. Take your review, read through the chapter, and then maybe as you're reading through that chapter, right, you might want to go to the module, and maybe as you're reading the chapter, you have the PowerPoint pulled up, right? You can download this. And then what you can do is you can just simply use the PowerPoint and fill in some notes. Hey, okay, I got to remember these things, or I got to remember those things. This is all a way for you to have different resources at your availability. Maybe some of you want to go to the actual book, and maybe you like to be read something. You know, we're in such a world of podcasts and, you know, videos and things of that nature. I would encourage that if you want, right, you can go in and actually just pull up the book. And up here in the corner, right, there's a little speaker. It can read out loud to you. So maybe that's something. I mean, it's going to be robot voice, unfortunately, but if that's an easier way for you, you're more auditory, you like to listen to something, just put this on in the background, right? As you're moving around doing whatever else you're doing for the day, and just let it read to you. However, wherever, whatever works for you. And if you're finding that those previous methods aren't procuring the maybe the grades that we want, we've got to adjust. And so again, I don't want to really, you know, beat that horse, but I just want to make sure to say to you, now is the time to reassess, reevaluate, take stock of where you are, right? Look at the schedule, know what's coming up. I know that we have an exam coming up right before spring break. Let's knock that one out of the park and stay on top of material. So that was me just wanting to touch base, wanting to check in, let you guys know I am a real person and that you are dealing with a real person. But overall, you guys are doing a great job, and I'm really proud of kind of just seeing some of you actually work far into the future. Some of you have already thought about the video research project, and you're starting to move through signing up and choosing your particular subject matter that you want to do your project on. That's great. Get ahead of it. Okay, I will follow up with a video research guide and getting again, just sort of an overview video of what to expect with the project as it comes down the pipeline. So have a great day. Have a good week. Hopefully you all are staying warm, and I will see you soon.